Then I just want to check my seat height. So one of the really easy ways to do it is when you're sitting on the saddle with a perfectly straight leg, the heel of the foot is touching the pedal. But obviously I don't ride with my heel, so when I put the ball of the foot, the front part of the foot, there's going to be a bit of a bend in my knees. So you can see here, I've got my saddle height selected for, or positioned for me, for my own leg, for Simon Blake's leg. It's at a good height. You can see my leg is perfectly straight, heel is touching the pedal, but when I'm riding I put the ball of my foot, so it's only the toes are hanging over the front of the pedal. We have a nice bend in the leg here. We don't want it to be locked out. We want a nice bend as we're going around, so we've got constant power through the pedals into the drivetrain and into the bike. So that's one easy way to just check the saddle height. It's pretty quick and easy. Get on. You may need to lean up against the wall, get a friend to hold the bike for you. Put the heel on. If the leg is straight, all good. And then you're ready to ride. And then depending on how confident you are as a rider, the more confident you get, then you can get your seat up to maximum level. If you're not that confident, you might want to put the saddle down so that you're easier, you can reach the ground a lot quicker if you're on unstable terrain, you feel like you're going to fall off. The more confident you get, to a point, you want to raise it up, because the perfect level, or the height, is going to give you more power, which means you go faster with less effort. But if you're not as confident, put it down, and then you're not going to fall off as much.
Good.
Probably the next most important thing is check your brakes. It's always good to have brakes that are working. So even before you get on the bike, just squeeze both the levers, make sure it's not going to move forwards, and then try and push the wheel back. So you can see these brakes are nicely set, they're not moving at all. So I know my wheels are in, nice and solid, the brakes are working. One of the first things we want to check is that we've got a pretty straight line all the way, finger, wrist, through the elbow, all the way up to my shoulder. So this line here, we want it to be pretty straight. If our brakes were up here somewhere, then I've got to have a kink in my wrist, and when you're going over really rough terrain, eventually that might lead to some injury, or you just don't have as much control. So you can see my brake levers are pointed down quite a bit, just so I can have a nice perfect straight line, and when I stand up, again, I'm in a really good, aggressive, but very controllable position. The last thing you probably want to do is just check you got the correct tyre pressure. So you can put your pump on. Some valves, some gauges on the pump, they don't work very well. You can get your thumb, but who knows how strong your thumb is, how heavy are you, how heavy is your friend, what type of riding are you doing. So generally for me, I just lean on it with my body weight and push it down. You can see down here at the bottom, as I press, there's a little bit of a bulge. Not too much, but I want a little bit of give in my mountain bike tyre. Then I'll check the front as well. So just squeeze down a little bit of a bulge, but not too much. And I think generally, depending for most type of riding, that's pretty good.